to my second Yoga for Balance challenge video. This time we're gonna twist things up a little bit and work with some twisting and balancing at the same time. Just like last time, we're gonna get started with toes pose, do some sunnies to warm up, and then get into the balance sequence. So again, to come into toes pose, you're going to come up onto your toes, so on your shins and then on your toes, sit back onto your heels, and this will help open up your feet. So it's really important when we're balancing that we have a solid foundation through our feet. So we want to be able to really spread wide through our feet to set a solid foundation for balance, and that's hard to do if your feet are tight. So I know this might feel like a lot of sensation, especially if it's not something you do often. It's a lot of sensation for me. I've just over time gotten used to it, but it definitely takes a lot of breathing. So breathe here, just a few more breaths. And you can curse at me or give me hateful stares through the screen all you want. I know it's rough. One more round of breath. And then coming forward into tabletop, you can tap that out, let that go. We'll take just one cat-cow here to warm up through the spine. And come back through center and press up to downward facing dog. Just a few breaths here to sort of settle in. Maybe it's your first down dog of the day. So spreading nice and wide through your fingers, maybe pedaling out your dog. We'll come through 3 rounds of sun salutation A. We'll take the first one nice and slow so you can walk to the top of your mat to start. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to stand, extended mountain pose. Press down through your feet, spread wide through your toes. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank, so stacking shoulders over wrists. Press through your big toe mounds, and your gaze is a few inches ahead of you, so you're nice and long through your neck. And then from here you have a few choices. The first choice is to lower all the way to your belly. Bring your hands to your rib cage. Inhale, lift your heart for a cobra pose. Option 2, glide forward, lower halfway, chaturanga dandasana, elbows as close to 90 degrees as possible. Inhale, upward facing dog, tops of the feet to the mat. And then exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. A few rounds of breath here, and then we'll take that through 2 more times. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come to the top of the mat. You can walk or hop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to stand, extended mountain pose. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands and come through your vinyasa. So either lowering all the way, finding cobra, lowering halfway, chaturanga, up dog to down dog. And you can always hop back to your chaturanga as well if that's in your practice. I haven't been doing that as much lately just to be gentle on my low back. So totally up to you. A few breaths here. Again, the idea here is that we're warming up our body. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to stand. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, take your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Few breaths here. And from our down dog tonight, we're going to do a little bit of core work. You can always skip it if it's not your thing, but core is so key in balance. We always want to be activating through our core as we work on balance. So it's helpful if we fire up, we warm up our core a little bit before we do balance work. So you're going to bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, send your right leg behind you. Maybe bend your knee and open your hip, maybe not. Just be mindful that your shoulders are squaring forward. Stay here or bring your right knee to your right elbow or forearm and hold. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right knee, left forearm, hold. You can hold here or lower your knee knee to your wrist, up to your elbow. We're gonna do that 5 times. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Send your leg behind you. And then last round of core work. So inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, inhale, send it back. And then if you skip the core work, join us now, knee to nose. Right foot between your hands, crescent lunge. So raise your torso. Front knee is over front ankle. You're on the ball of your back foot, so your heel is lifted. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, twist to the right. So left elbow comes over right thigh. You can also bring your back knee down here. And maybe you open your arms, pressing down through fingertips, or maybe hands come to a block. Maybe your left hand comes to a block. This is a great place to stay, but this is a balance challenge, so it's not necessarily going to be easy, but we're going to give it a try. You may want to have a block nearby. You're going to start to walk your left hand a little bit in front of your right foot. Lift your left leg. Whew. Hopefully more gracefully than I just did. For your revolved half moon. All this time I spend practicing, and then when I come to film, it falls apart. So press through your left foot. It's all part of the practice. That's why we call it a yoga practice. Really power through your left foot. And then think about continuing your twist. And notice that even I am wobbling here because talking while doing this is a whole other animal. One more round of breath. And then start to bring your torso forward. Keep your back leg lifted. I need to hop back a little bit. We're going to find a warrior 3. So now we're continuing to press through the left foot, working on bringing our hips level so they're in line with the mat. So the left hip tends to wing up here. Can you pull it down? And maybe hands are at blocks here to help you as you work towards this warrior 3. Ideally, again, our torso is parallel to the mat. One more round of breath. And then as you breathe out, we're going to find half moon pose. So right hand can find the mat or the block. And you're going to start to peel your heart open to the left. Left foot is still fired up here. If you want, you can take some leg lifts if you want to work your glute medius. Maybe you're just working on your balance here. That's okay too. And then another option is to take sugar cane, bending into your right foot. Take your left foot with your left hand. And then a final option, steady gaze. Bring your right hand to your heart. One more round of breath. Release your foot if you had it. Land in warrior 2. So back foot's at a 90-degree angle. Front knee working its way over front ankle. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. If you're like me, I am so done balancing, you can stay here. This is a great place to stay. You may want to pause the video and grab a towel if a bind is not in your practice. From here, you're going to take your left arm behind your back, reach your right arm under your right thigh, connect your hands. And again, if this doesn't happen easily, find a towel. We want to be able to stay open through the chest. So if your chest is facing down towards your leg, pause the video, grab a towel. From here, we're going to find bird of paradise. So you're going to start to walk your left foot in. And then maybe you're just here. Maybe you're just on your right toes. Maybe you're working on lifting. And maybe you are straightening your top leg. And a nice steady gaze here. I promise this is the last posture in this sequence. So fix your gaze at one point. One more round of breath. And bring your right foot back down. Step it back out. Find your warrior 2. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale. take your last vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog to do all of that on the second side. And the challenge of the second side is trying not to anticipate what's coming next. So pretend you don't know what's gonna happen. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, send your left leg behind you. Stay here, bend your knee and open your hip. Stay here or take some core work, left knee to left elbow or forearm and hold. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow or forearm, hold. You can stay here or you can lower left knee to your wrist, bring it back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, send your left leg behind you. Last one, so again, option for core work, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. And then last one for everyone, inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Left foot between your hands, find your crescent lunge. Whew, this is a balanced posture as well. So rooting down to rise up. Whew. And I keep these struggles in here to know that the goal of yoga is not perfection. It's all about the struggle, about finding your strength and about meeting yourself where you are today. So inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, come forward, find some length. Exhale, twist left this time, so right elbow over left thigh. For some reason I'm much more tired today than when I've been practicing this sequence. Remember, left or back knee can come down. You can open your arms, ground through your fingertips. And I'm gonna set myself back I learned from last time. And you can start to walk your right hand out in front of you. Lift your right leg to revolve your half moon. So again, setting your gaze at one spot, rotating through your spine if you're able to keep your balance. So you're pressing through your right foot and then seeing if you can twist just a little bit more. Keep that back foot engaged. One more round of breath here. And then as you exhale, keep the back leg lifted, come through center, or maybe you bring hands to blocks to find your warrior 3. And this is why it's called balance challenge. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to make you focus, concentrate, and work up a sweat. So gaze is at one spot. Activate through your back leg, and again, working on keeping the torso parallel. One more round of breath. And then left hand to the mat or a block. Feel your heart open to the right to find your half moon. Your left leg might be wobbling, it's been working a lot. Maybe you take little leg lifts to work your glute medius. You can stay here. Again, we might just be working on lifting your back leg, and that's okay. You keep at it until you can do it, and then it feels extra good. And maybe you bend into your left leg, take your right foot with your right hand for sugar cane. And maybe you stay here. And the trick to bringing your left hand to your heart is really to focus your gaze on one spot and fire up through your core. If you overthink it, that's when you fall, like I just did. One more round of breath. Release your hand, release your foot if you had it. Find your warrior 2. And again, hopefully you have your towel handy if needed. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, left elbow or forearm to left thigh. Side angle pose. Just take a moment here to breathe into your right side body. And then right hand comes behind your back. Left hand under, taking the bind or maybe taking the towel. So again, if your heart is collapsing forward, grab a towel so you can stay open through your chest. Then finding bird of paradise maybe, or maybe you're just staying here. Start to walk your right foot in. Maybe you're here balancing on your, or being on your left tippy toes. Maybe you're working on lifting your leg. That's a big challenge on its own.
Maybe you're working on straightening, and straightening might not be there, and that has nothing to do with your balance and everything to do with your hamstrings and how tight they are. So keep your gaze steady at one spot. One more round of breath. You're almost done with this challenge. And bring your left foot back down. Release your bind. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, windmill your hands down. I said last vinyasa, but I lied. So take one last vinyasa here. Sometimes I do that. And exhale back, downward facing dog. And walk your feet towards your hands. Hello, other doggy. Come onto your back. We'll take a quick hip stretch and be done after that. So right ankle over left thigh. Reach underneath. Pull your thigh toward you, or you can keep your left foot planted and push your right thigh away from you. Just a few breaths here. Hips are our stability when we're walking, running, balancing. So it's good to give them just a quick stretch after they worked to keep us stable in those balances. Like one more round of breath here. And hug your knees into your chest. And we'll take that on the other side. Left ankle over right thigh. Reach underneath, pull it in towards you. Starting to allow your heart rate to come down. Balance takes a lot of work. And I always want to say much more than I'm able to in these videos just because it requires a lot of concentration to balance. So talking and balancing is a whole nother level. Hopefully you found a good workout, and the more you do it, the easier it should get. So celebrate the little moments, the little wins. One more round of breath here. And hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze. And if you'd like to take a Shavasana, you're welcome to pause the video and give yourself a good 5 to 10 minutes to rest. Probably if you're doing this video, you don't have a lot of time. So if that's the case, bring your knees to your forehead. Just take a minute, really hug yourself in here. Thank yourself for taking the time to take on a challenge and to do something for you. And releasing everything, coming onto one side and up to a seat. Thank you for joining me for another balance challenge. I hope to have more in the works, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.